What's up, mechanics? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of Tool Tuesday here at the Vim Tools
Secondary headquarters.
Not sure what to call this place. But
It's our old office.
I think it's been a few weeks since we actually sat down and did a Tool Tuesday like this. We were kind of busy with not only traveling overseas, but also going to SEMA, which you guys may have seen our podcast episode that we did with TX Tool Guy and Honda Rob there. And there was something that we wanted to talk about regarding that. So this whole podcasting thing and just recording in general is still kind of new to us. We've only been sitting down at a table with a phone sitting in front of us this whole time. So now that we're getting into interviewing, talking to other people, audio equipment seems to be a lot more important than we originally thought. A normal microphone setup, typically you can't get more than 4 to connect to one device. We had 5 people that day, so we were using 2 different microphones connected to 2 different phones, running to one iPad that was controlling the whole thing. And there seemed to be some interference between the microphones. For whatever reason, there was a bunch of popping, one of them cut out. Either way, we're reorganizing, trying to get our shit together so that we can really up the quality of the content that we bring on YouTube.
We rigged it. It sounded rigged. We're going to unrig it, is what we're essentially saying.
Yeah. We were trying to get by with the least amount of equipment possible so that we don't have to lug a bunch of stuff around or set a bunch of things up. It seems, though, that we need to. So we're going to be doing a lot at this facility that we're in right now. And within the next 6 months, hopefully you guys should see something. And when I say 6 months, that should tell you the amount of effort that we're going to put into organizing and getting this whole thing right.
We were trying to consolidate it to this room specifically, but we've realized that we have a much larger facility behind us here. Outside, it's about, I want to say like 8,000 square feet behind us of warehouse, and we're converting that into actual studio space, air conditioning it, actually enclosing it. But in order to do so, we have, and I mean a lot of stuff to go through, a lot of samples, a lot of old products, miscellaneous stuff that's been opened, a lot of tools that were in boxes for a long time that we're opening up, organizing, and going to eventually sell off. But in the meantime, we have to do all that before we can strip the floors. And then we strip the floors, then we do the installation, then we put the air conditioning. It's going to be a lot of work. So that's why we gave it 6 months.
But at the end of it, we're going to have something really nice to show and
at least we hope.
and have for as the setting for all of our videos, whether that be Instagram, YouTube, no matter what.
That is a goal.
The reason that we want to do that is because we have connections with a lot of people in the industry in terms of influencers and other companies that we work with that are willing to come talk to us, and we cannot have an episode like we did with TX Tool Guy every time, where we're having problems with the audio or problems with the lighting or problems with the cameras. So we are reorganizing, so just stay tuned for that. Until then, enjoy us sitting at a table and get used to it.
And then for those of you who are going to say, well, why do it at all if you were going to do it like that? We were all in the same spot at the same time once a year. It was the one you had to try to make it work. Unfortunately, you saw what happened. But that being said, we're going to try to organize ourselves here at home base so that we can actually have people in and make it worth their time to come to a facility that's worth visiting. That's essentially what we're doing. But on to the tools.
We have new products. We have 2 new tools, 3 new tools, and
merch.
Other things. So what do you want to start with? You want to start with the merch?
Start with those. Start with the new products. Those are actual new products.
Okay, so we're talking about the PRP1. We're calling this the Paint Rescue Pick. And it looks like a normal pen. You take the cap off, though, and now you have this little wire that extends when you turn the base of the handle. And this is a serrated wire, like you've seen in Clay's video from the break room. There's a lot of, as you see on the packaging, little barbs that stick out from that little
mosquito leg.
It is like a mosquito leg.
That's the only thing I think of when I see it.
If you were here to stick your finger out, it feels like a very small barbed wire. It's really fine.
We did a demo of that at the expo. But you tell everyone to stick your finger out, and you could see a little bit of it. You could feel how abrasive it is. And a very important client of ours, a higher up at that company, we did that demo with. Specifically, my father did that demo with him, and he actually accidentally stuck him in the finger. Like it grabbed onto his finger with one of the barbs, and it just held. It sat there.
Well, every time we pull this out and we go, all right, yeah, stick your finger out. People are like,
You're very hesitant. You're very hesitant. It looks like a needle.
yeah. No, but it's a serrated wire so that if you have a wet surface of paint and the hair gets in it or some dust gets in it, lint, whatever,
Even
a bug, you can just pick it right out of the paint. And because it's so thin, that area of paint will fill itself back in after you pull whatever you needed to out. Typically, you dab something with your finger or you take a rag and you dap it to pull out hair or whatever got in your paint. And then you have to refinish that area. With this, you don't because it's that thin. And I think
essentially rescuing it.
go watch that break room episode if you haven't already. So that's why it's called the Paint Rescue Pick, and it comes with all of these replacement tips. So you can clean this just by spraying some water on it.
Yeah, rinse it off.
And it should last you a very long time. And with all of these replacement tips, I think this is one of those things where you buy it once and you never have to worry about it again. If you run through all these, you got other problems.
Not even that. If you run through all of them, you've paid for the tool multiple times over.
Well, no, I've been saying you run through all these like quickly, you got other problems.
Oh, you're just dirty. You need to clean it.
Well, you need to get a good paint booth. But anyways, that's the Paint Rescue Pick. That's new item number 1. Number 2 is part number EWRT1. This is an emblem and wheel weight removal tool. So this makes it super easy. This is a wax braided nylon string.
I didn't know what that meant for a second. I forgot.
What?
I was trying to. I was like, what does that stand for?
Yeah, emblem and wheel weight removal tool. So it's a wax braided nylon string, and it comes with a whole fishing line of it. And it's really easy to replace. You can just undo those 2 screws right there, and you can pull this off and put a new one on if you need it, or a longer one if you wanted a longer one.
Length.
So you can add length, or you can make it really short, or you can just. It comes like this though, so you can just peel emblems off, or wheel weights for that matter, from any angle really. You could come in from behind the spoke of a rim and go whoosh, and peel the wheel weight off.
And then debadging, obviously.
Debadging too. And you're not damaging the paint because you're not prying off emblems with some type of pry tool and accidentally damaging the paint, just above it or just underneath it. This way, you just whoosh, slice it off. So that's the EWRT1. That is brand new. It comes with both of these things, all the wax braided nylon string, as well as the tool with the string already on it.
It's another fairly simple tool that just makes your life that much easier.
This is very simple. Very simple, and there's probably a lot more uses than we're even thinking about right now.
Yeah, you'll find something. I know we will. They'll find something. If you find something that you can use that other than what we just described, go ahead and share it because that helps us too.
Yeah.
Now, what I want to talk about is stuff for the holidays. Stocking stuffers, because that is coming up, and we do have this stuff in stock. First of which is not brand new, but it was relatively new, is the NCP1, which is the Mechanics nail clippers. Mechanics nail clippers, which a lot of you did ask about, and now that they're in stock, you're awfully quiet. So
I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of hype about these nail clippers.
That's what I'm saying.
There was a lot of hype.
I will be following up, going back, finding your username, and asking you what's the deal. No, I'm kidding. But we do have them in stock. Like we said, Mechanics nail clippers. They do hold all the clippings inside the little internal box here, so you don't got clippings going everywhere when you're cutting them, wherever you are. If you don't do it over a garbage can,
Wait,
weird.
I can attest for that. I was hesitant when we were like saying that this little this cave on the inside was gonna hold your nails from flying out the sides. It's like, okay, come on, because when I clip my nails, or especially my toenails, I mean, shit's flying everywhere. And this actually does work.
I mean, they work great.
They don't all stay on the inside because I mean, like at some point, your like toenails are too big, But it does keep it from flying. That is amazing. So,
as amazing as a nail clipper can be, but
designated
again,
toenail clipper right there.
For the mechanics in your life, in a little Vim satchel baggie, you can get that for their stocking, and they will be beyond ecstatic. That's the NCP1. Next, what I want to talk about are, we did a co-brand collaboration with Redback. So we have 3 different designs here, 2 crew and 1 low cut. So obviously 2 crew, you got the camo green with the white Vim logo. These are Redback bamboo socks, and I don't know if you've ever worn them. I was definitely a non-believer, 100%. I was someone who is hesitant about these things. I think they're gimmicky, this and that. Everyone's lying. That's just how I am. I am a terrible person. But I am very particular about what I put on my feet. I don't know why. It's a thing with me. But I tried these, and I ended up dumping out the rest of my socks because I've done, even you said it, we've done activities where you play tennis, play soccer, go bike riding, doing whatever you're doing that you'll sweat normally in, and your feet are dry, and I mean bone dry. You take your socks off, and of course they look white from all the salt they absorb, but they absorb that much sweat where your feet do not get wet. It's crazy.
Yeah, they do work. I went mountain biking in them, and my feet were completely dry. And because of that, my feet weren't slipping inside my shoes, which is actually really
crazy.
helpful.
And you feel you're comfortable all day, and they're thick, and you think
They're
you get hot.
super thick.
You don't get hot.
They're super thick, but they're breathable.
You don't get hot at all.
Which is nice in Florida. Some people may, I haven't had them in cold weather yet.
I have
to know if they're
great.
really warm. They're warm.
Great. It's
Okay.
crazy. I don't know how it works, and I never understood it. And I was wondering why they were so expensive when I used to just see the Redbacks and different co-brands. I get it now. I do get it, and I have dumped out my stuff. And I ordered these not so much for you guys. I'm ordering for me because I wanted these specifically, even though they're not used as much, especially in the trade line of work, because a lot of people wear the higher cuts or at least the crew cuts, depending on what boots they wear. But we do have these two versions with the Vim logo on the top of the foot as well as the back of the calf, and then we also have them on the side with the camo. So you have these 3 part numbers in stock, ready to go, shipping individually. They're on our website. You're going to see the part numbers up on the top of the screen so that you can order each. Camo, long black, short black. Pretty simple. If there's any other designs you think you'd want to see, let me know, because it's always a possibility. But again, if you've never tried them, even if they're not Vim branded, try yourself a pair of Redbacks. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, they're great. I'm taking these with me, by the way. Because I have these, I don't have these.
We gotta take pictures of them
Shit.
on somebody.
But anyways, that's all we have for new products.
That is
And
it.
that was an update regarding the podcast stuff. Stay tuned, please, because we are really
Rewind.
trying to
It's
step
not all
things.
we have for new products. It's all we're gonna have today. We have plenty of new products.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. For this episode, that is all we have for new products. There are more new products that we didn't show here because we didn't want to take too long. So you'll see next week other new products.
Other than that, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.